And so one of the big tasks that when I first joined this company was to make sure that people understood Jason Tratch has a real reputation within Saskatoon and within the province as being one of the leaders in project management, and he is like renowned and is sought after to speak. And he's only one person, and it makes it really difficult for him to be able to fulfill all the requests that he gets in order to speak about project management. So to be able to take that and put it onto the online environment makes it very scalable, and a lot more people then can access his expertise. The one thing that we didn't look at is the fact that we live in Saskatchewan. And so that was a learning process for us to take a look at the fact that there's 1 million people in Saskatchewan, which is okay, that's 1 million people, but how many of those people would actually purchase project management? Out of that group, you may be down to 200,000. How many of those actually have found another method of getting their project management? And then you're into a smaller group. And so it was important to take Jason's expertise and the one that he's built over the last 14 years doing project management in Saskatchewan and make sure the world knows that. And in order to get to that point, you have to figure out what's the best vehicle to enable to take his expertise and to tell the world about his expertise so that he becomes a person that people are seeking worldwide, not just in Saskatchewan. And so that was the first challenge that I came across when I came here, is that Jason is a humble man, and when you talk to him, he will tell you what he's done in the past, but he won't be the type of person who likes to write about things on the World Wide Web and all other stuff. So the first step that I had to get him to do is to build his own presence. So he created his jasontratch.com, and that if you click on that, that'll take you to his blog. His blog then is set up in such a fashion that it allows him to just speak. And that's kind of like what we do here. I became well known for what I do outside of Saskatchewan. I was better known outside of Saskatchewan than I was in Saskatchewan because I don't like standing in front of people and telling people about myself, but I have no issues with writing something in my blog about this is what I did, it failed, and I tried something else. And so I look very human in my approach to the way I do things. Jason's the same type of person, and is now starting to realize the fact that you don't just post things on the World Wide Web about how great I am and how you need to do this and all that other stuff. The things that become viral and the things that resonate with other people are ways we fix the things that we're not good at. And so when we're talking on the World Wide Web, and this 7 months ago or 8 months ago, this company never would have stood in front of you and said, you know, our website sucks. We need to really work on our website. Here's what it doesn't do. We never would have had that on here because people would view that as, oh, well, we're not doing something right. The actual opposite is true. What it shows you is that we're human, we're willing to work on things and make things better. Is our project management course great? Yes, it's awesome. Will it get better? Yeah. 5 years from now, it's going to be the most phenomenal thing you've ever seen on the planet. The whole idea behind that approach is that we are human, we'll continue to get better, we'll make mistakes, and we'll continue to work on it. The difference between us and other companies, we will continue to work on it. Your customer support here, you run into a problem, you give us a feedback, we'll continue to ask the questions, and that's going to make us stronger in the long run. And so that's our approach to things. It's also the reason why we've set up our pricing as cheap as it is. And people say, well, Jason, if you want him to do a face-to-face, it's going to cost you close to $2,000 to have Jason come in per person, and to stand in front of a group of 12 people, he's going to charge $2,000 for each one of those people to do his presentation. Well, we can offer online a lot cheaper than that because of the fact that more people can take it, and so it's an economy of scale. So one of the things that we've been challenged with here and we've been trying and struggling with is, where do we put the price? Do we charge $2,000? I don't think so, because people still see the value of having Jason stand in front of them and be able to ask the questions as a marketable and a worthwhile cost. And a lot of companies still want that, and so we still do that type of consulting. What the World Wide Web does is we can do exactly the same thing. If you notice, the last 2 weeks, Jason was here. And so as we start to have more and more people take the course, Jason can come and actually sit where Scott is, or if he's actually technically literate and knows how to do things, unlike this gentleman, and can get on the World Wide Web and onto the broadcast, then you can ask him questions. And so we will actually start inviting people who are taking the course from us to come and join us in this discussion, and then you can ask Jason directly. So It's even better than the face-to-face because for a half hour you can monopolize him completely and ask him all the questions that you want to ask, or you can send us an email and we'll answer the question here. And so you will. This is our forum for us to be able to share what we do in the project management, and this is your online forum that will allow you to do a lot of things. So